Alright guys, RoKage here and welcome back to the brand new video. Here we are again on Street Fighter Duel. And on today's video we're gonna do the updated version of the tier list. We're gonna have PvE, PvP, and at the end bosses tier list, event tier list, whatever you wanna call it. We're gonna do the updated version and add Nero and Virgil. On my channel today I have a special guest who's gonna give us some important information even furthermore. He even done a lot of testings. I did a lot of testing, so in that way the tier list will be more precise. Pika, say hello, bro.
Hello everybody. Thank you, RoKage, for having me.
No.
I hope I can help you.
Yes, you will. Thank you for joining, bro. So let me just start immediately. We're gonna do the PvE first. So pretty much I copy pasted the tier list from the previous video. And based on your comments, I just wanted to do a few more adjustments. A lot of you told me, yo, put Hugo at least on A and put Charming Dudley is too low, people told me, and Aiden. Now, honestly, I still didn't. Hugo, I did test it out, but nothing like too crazy. I don't have like, I don't know, does he needs like vehicles and all that? I believe he can work well even without it. He's mainly a tank who can heal himself, right? Pika, you can even add more things now because, but I think he deserves an A tier and not a B tier.
Yes.
Now, tell me please your opinions a little bit on Hugo, just a little bit.
So Hugo have two sides. If you don't invest in him, he will feel like a liability on your team because you need to click his skills for him to heal. The very good thing about him, his base stats are so high and his HP is so high, so he can defend and stay as a wall, as a meat wall. With further investment, when you invest in his cars and his exclusive, he can heal himself passively with his potatoes, so you don't even need to click him. You just put him standing there, you use every combo that you have, and he will help you out. But as for a starter unit, of course, he's not a priority, but his HP is big, so he can stand there and mitigate a lot of damage getting into your heroes.
Yeah. Okay, great. So A tier, we can all agree. Now about Aiden.
Yes.
Also, like Aiden and Charming Dudley, like if I would listen to a few comments, this is how it would look like. So people told me like Aiden, because of his really good buffs and bleed, can be extremely helpful. But honestly, for me in the challenges, I don't know, does he deserve that place? Now, please tell me your opinions. I really want to hear that. Like, because I didn't test him out. This is like now mainly from my few tests, but he's not even SSS for me. It's really hard to tell. So you can
add... Aiden,
okay.
Have a good kit. When you build Aiden completely, he's great. He shines in PvP the most, and in some certain cases of bossing because of his hatred mark when it is applied on bosses. So when he applies hatred mark on bosses, it helps you maximize the damage. It's a great debuff on the boss. For PvP, he's great because he has the counter attack and it procs almost every time when you hit him. He goes and counter and increase your damage dealt to the units. Maybe you need a little bit of damage to kill that unit before your unit dies. So that's where he shines and helps. In PvE, there's no use for him in any way.
I would put him in B tier. If you want to look
at stages or anything. Yeah, you can use him as an assist skill.
Yeah, but
to help with hatred mark, but you have many better options.
True.
In meta now, he's not used at all.
That's why I put him mainly in the B tier previously. So just few comments. So that's why I asked Pika to join just together, so I'm not alone here against some people. But yeah,
this
definitely.
This is the PVE tier, right?
Yeah, this is PVE tier list. Yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah, exactly. I agree.
Also, Charming Dudley, do you think B or A? Just simple answer now because we don't want to take too much. B, right? So B. Yeah, I believe now. This is good. Like Fei Long, I need to put him in A just because of his insane assist, like one of the greatest assists.
Exactly.
But like many. Mad Ryu still I know, but okay, some rare occasions he is just better when I look at B tier. In my eyes, Mad Ryu is still better than them, so he would be like A- tier or something. But I don't want to put that tier. Like. And
Fei Long actually he was before Summer Yang fix. He was you can say an A tier because Summer Yang wasn't working. So you can use him on the main lineup for his C1, other than the assist skill. But
Okay.
because Summer Yank now is fixed and he can buff the entire team, he's demoted and he's only used on his assist skill.
Yeah, I get it. Okay. Now, if you remember back in the day, like tier list, Cody was. Do you think that the Cody still like? Does someone uses Cody? I mean, I know what he can do, but do we
Yeah.
see him anymore anywhere in the challenges?
Okay, so Cody until Tower 300, pulse 300, between 320 and
Yeah,
less,
yeah,
you can still use him. In chapters until like chapter 30,
yep,
28 is where I stopped using him because
yep.
he can't survive anymore.
True. That's why he
Because
will.
the cap level is 160.
That's why the Cody is no longer, I believe, the part of this tier list anymore at this point. I wouldn't even rank him currently. There is no point. That's why I
Early
put.
game. He's an early
Yeah,
game unit.
early
That's
game,
why.
like, okay, there's tier list from for the early game, but this is now like for the end game pretty much. We're not doing
Yes,
anymore. Early game, yeah, early game definitely usable. Even A rank, A plus, even S rank in the beginning, like no joke.
exactly.
But now, yeah. Okay, this is some changes that I wanted to do. One more thing based of your testing that you told me and many people that told me, I believe that Zangief, regular Zangief, do you think that he deserves promotion to the SS tier
Okay.
because of the like how good of a tank he is? But overall, maybe in the challenges, yeah. Tell me what do you think about that?
So far, Zangief is the best tank in the game,
Mm-hmm.
hands down. PvE, PvP, even special scenarios and bossing if you want somebody just to mitigate damage, just for his passive. So why we use him in stages? Actually, I replaced my Honda. I play him now because he does better. He have the minus 25% damage on him that reduces damage for the entire team, and he reduces the damage taken to himself by 50%. So that's 75% damage reduction to himself, which is amazing and useful in all of the PvE content.
Okay, I will definitely put him in SS. Definitely now, since we're doing the end game, I'm really close to the part where I'll have to use multiple teams. I just didn't play the challenges last 2 days,
Yes,
3, but I can get to that like 36 chapter somewhere on the middle, right? The team started, multiple teams.
exactly.
Okay, and now the importance of some characters will increase overall. Like there will be metas characters that you're gonna use in your first team, Bison, Fashion Blanca, Bizangief, but you're gonna need to have other two teams that will work. So some of those characters will have like that Bizangief, regular Zangief deserves that promotion because now everywhere you're gonna maybe use him on the second, third team. Before you
Exactly.
didn't have to because
Exactly.
you had Bison. So now we have a little bit different story.
100%.
Yeah, more characters will be usable. Okay, so this is a little bit about the revamp and what I wanted to ask Pika. Everything else I'm pretty certain now there'll be always different opinions, slight opinions, different testings, but we won't go now into like some complications. We're gonna try to keep it simple. Now it is time that we rank Virgil and Nero for PvE. And then we're gonna go in PvP and against the bosses. In PvP, we're gonna keep it short. Because in my eyes, yeah, PvP is important in this game, but PvE is the main content. And then on the bosses, we will go a little bit in more details, but nothing too crazy. So let we start with Virgil. Honestly, before we even start making the tier list, we both agree 100% he needs to go into God tier as one of the best characters in the game for both PvE and PvP. I did tested him out yesterday. Still, I got even more data from Pika himself, like what other people tested him out when they max out this beast, like not max out, but at least to the SSS, and he shines everywhere. So from my first impression, I was absolutely right. He is the god in PvP and PvP. Why? Let me just put it simple as that. Immortality when he transform, crazy AoE damage. So he has high usability everywhere and constantly everyone, if you have him maxed out, you would use this guy, especially when there is like multiple teams. and everything like that. Plus, his insane buffs are really, really impressive towards himself, especially when he's in the other form. He dominates. So, what do you think, Pika? A little bit furthermore, if you wanna add, but I will put him into God tier.
Yeah, I'll be in short talking,
Yeah,
depending on
I
the
also
testing.
okay.
Yeah, depending on the testing on other accounts, Wales accounts mainly. I have
Yes.
my friend, he's a casual. He saved every ticket, didn't summon for Akuma, Dante, or anybody. And he's a casual spender. He dropped the $100 on top of the tickets he summoned, and he got him to Triple S. So for casuals who saved everything, yeah, that you can have them, but as a normal casual, no, you can't have them to Triple S unless you pay a lot of money. So he's arguably the best character in the game by far. Like now, it was always Ken, then Bison. Now it became Virgil, Ken, then Bison. This is how good he is in any aspect of the game, wherever you use him. Even his assist skill is one of the most unbelievable
Yes,
skills.
yes. It's give you like you cannot die, right?
Exactly.
Bro.
For 4 seconds, something like that.
Yes, that's something that if I could get him to the SS or SS plus when Spirit unlocks, yo, that when I read the assist, that was insane. Like generally that can turn around the whole match with that
Exactly.
immortality. Yeah.
Before someone asked me if the game can give you a unit maxed out, what would you choose? I always told them Ken because you can use him anywhere.
Yes.
We already have Bison.
True.
But now, if they ask me, I will say Virgil 100%. It's unbelievable. He's a game changer.
True.
He's a game changer.
True.
You'll check now. Casual have no chance in final showdown. No chance against people that have this. There's your main setup lineup
Yes.
that kills everything, the whaled one, and there's a lineup that you use Virgil on it, and that's it.
Yeah, I would say that Virgil for PvP, like how he is a god in PvE, but even stronger in
Exactly.
PvP, bro. This,
Exactly. Exactly.
this guy is insane. Okay, great. If you're interested, you can check out my trial showcase. You can check out the Pika's videos. He made also some showcases about Virgil. You can there you have some really detailed explanation, and you can see some examples. Like on the trial, I did for fun. You can see on my video, I put some random characters and I played terrible combinations, and this guy still pulled it through with 1 HP. He demolished everyone. He just couldn't die, and he had those demon energy stacks with the vehicles and the plus 30 spirit. This guy is unstoppable. So yeah.
One thing I want to add, just for Virgil,
Mm-hmm.
this current event that we're running, if you use his C1 on the lineups, the game will crash. It will give you the error box. So don't use his
Oh,
C1.
great,
Yeah, it's
bro.
his
I was
C1
thinking
only.
why it's okay. Great, because yesterday I did like 6 runs with that error.
I saw your video. I left a comment for you.
Oh, great.
I
I
didn't DM
didn't.
you. I thought you were sleeping or something.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. I didn't read the comments on that video yet. Okay. Anyways, Virgil done. We can now do Nero. Now Nero is definitely in my eyes worth. He is a legendary character that is worth buying, and there is no question about that. I tried him using me in the in the challenges and everywhere else. He is really good. Now I used him for he had plus 14 spirit, no vehicles, but he is SSS 5-star. In my eyes, when I used him, he shined in a way against the bosses, because you need to use like 3 teams, and one of those teams I've been using him. Incredible DPS at the same time as a tank. He is like better tank than DPS, don't get me wrong. He is not even close to the Fashion Blanca DPS or anything like that, but for being as a
Exactly.
tank and as a legendary character that you can max him out immediately, he's highly valuable character. But especially because of the parry and counter attacks, not so much as DPS, but how much attacks he can take. So
And
definitely.
one more thing that they don't understand about him, he
Yes,
has
yes.
something called an extra attack that he deals. He deals it alone, other than the counter attack. So he has a counter attack, and he has an extra attack that he
Yes.
deals it.
Like he
So
has also.
standing there, he parry, heals himself, shields
Hmm.
himself. He's a good stable unit as a for a tank, solid tank. I would rate him a little bit high, actually. He's very nice to use on the lineup. I would definitely invest in him if I want to buy a legendary unit to max out really quick.
Yes, because you're gonna realistically, especially when there will be like 3 teams when you get to the end game, and every other activity, you're gonna use this guy. Um,
Yes.
that shield, that parry, like you said, he heals, he buffs, he does pretty much a lot of things, which is really incredible.
Exactly.
And yeah, investing in this guy is a must, especially when you get like his vehicles and all of that. He will work really well with the counter attack and triggers. Like passively, he will do the damage. So yeah, for PV overall, yes. I believe SS, right? Slightly like not in the rank of gods, right? But still in the ranks of SS. Yeah. Highly valuable tank. Okay, so this is now the PvE. We're gonna go now into PvP and then the bosses. Now we're gonna a little bit speed up because pretty much PvE is the most important activity for progress and everything else. So that's why we went a little bit in more details and I asked furthermore questions. Okay, let's go now. PvP tier list. So I pretty much copy pasted the tier list from my previous video. So a little bit we did discussed about this, nothing crazy. There are a few characters that I want to promote. Like for example, Viper deserves a god tier. Definitely the best like normal character PvP character. I've been using her a lot in PvP, especially now when I have both vehicles, passives, and she's missing like only plus 30 for me and shine. Plus she's SSS 4-star. Do you agree, Pika, right? Viper deserves that 100%. God tier. And then we have regular Blanca. Like Pika said, a lot of people using regular Blanca in PvP. I mean, he set off the recording, but you can believe me. And also, I accidentally started using regular Blanca in PvP, and I was actually winning a lot of matches. So, in my eyes, Pika, where would you put regular Blanca? I believe S tier or even SS.
Yes, I would.
But I would say S, right?
I would put him in S tier.
Yeah.
S tier.
Okay. Great. Now I have a question for Pika. Look overall on the tier list. Don't go now. I know you, but some like if you think that some corrections are needed, or you think that some characters, some information that could be helpful for the players that this tier list doesn't offer, so we can adjust it. So yeah, please feel free to tell it. What do you think? Maybe Guile, God. What do you think overall?
I mean, he's good at where he is. Yes, of course, others perform better. We're not talking about free-to-play, pay-to-win, or whatever. It's a general tier list. So Guile as his place here, he's pretty good. I'm using him. He's my main damage dealer on one of my lineups.
Yes.
But of course, if I get somebody like Sagat or someone like Ken, like either Ryu, I would replace him for him actually.
Yeah, I agree.
But pretty much when I build Viper completely, she will be the main damage dealer. Even I will put her instead of my Fashion Blanca on my main PvP team.
Yes, because she can avoid that Bison. Really helpful.
She can avoid everything.
Yeah.
Her 6 out of 6 is crazy.
Yeah, true.
Just crazy.
Okay. So do you want to maybe some characters that we move? For example,
Poison, normal Poison. So normal Poison and normal Blanca together on one team, they pretty much the uptime of the silence between 70% of the times and 80% of the time. So you keep your enemy silenced and she deals a lot of damage. We did some testing, me and Tix, we were having fun playing with no gears, just lineups to check same levels to check the damage. And pretty much Poison never lost any match. Maybe one match by mistake because of RNG.
Yeah.
But she deals massive damage. Poison, she's one of my characters that I will be using in almost anything just to check how she scales. But in PvP, she shines.
Okay.
PvP is her area.
SS?
I would put her SS like with no problem, no question.
Yeah, recently I SSS her. So I am looking forward to test it out. This what you said. I heard that she's actually incredible. One of the crazy DPS characters, also from the Thunder. So yeah, interesting character to try out. Okay. Um, that's it. If you have anything to add, we can go to Virgil and Nero.
Yeah, no, actually, everything looks good.
Okay, great. So Virgil, like we already discussed, bro, he is the best unit in the game, especially in a sense of
He's the
PvP.
king.
Like PvP, 100%, right? There is like no way.
Yes.
Uh, like for PvE is discussable. Like we can talk a little bit, but for the PvP, the best character in the game. Already, everything what we said for the PvE, it applies for the PvP. I believe it's obvious. I already mentioned that a million times through my videos. Okay, Nero. Cody, like I said, he's out of the picture at this state, at this stage of the game, right? So
Yes.
Nero in PvP. So like we said, insane tank, can take the punches, really good. But if you're using like main PvP team, right? If you don't use multiple
Yes.
teams, would you use Nero, Pika?
Yes, and we discussed this
Yes.
yesterday, and we did some tests. Everybody started replacing E Honda for Nero. He survives even better than him.
Yep.
Plus the buffs that he gives and the survivability kit that he has, and the extra damage that he deals.
Yeah, just overall incredible unit. And again, this is one more proof that you should definitely invest and get if you're a low spender. If you're spending on the game, it's definitely worth getting Nero because he will shine in both, again, PV and
I
PvP.
agree.
Not in a sense like Virgil and God tier, but SS tier also here, if you agree. Like better than Honda even now, right? Should we put now Honda in S since Nero got that position? But then again,
you can argue about that,
yeah,
but now because people are seeing the benefit of other units and building everything, or you can say all players that started from day one, they probably have most of the unit now built.
yeah.
So we're using normal Zangief now, and not able. We're using him for assist. E Honda, we're using him on assist sometimes. We're not using him on main lineups. We use him if we don't have Nero. So I can't remove E Honda from his rank because Nero came, because not everybody will use Nero or will pay for Nero. But of course, Zangief, OG Zangief, yes, I will rank him up actually. He's one main solid unit for almost everything in the content so far, beside bossing, of course.
I get it. Okay, so we can put regular Zangief in SS also. Great. We did few changes. Everything else, I believe it's cool, like we said.
Yep.
So yeah, this is guys PvP. Now we're gonna go to the bosses, and that's it. Okay, let me continue with bosses. So this is copy paste tier list from the previous tier list video that I made. I want to do immediately changes, like I said, to Pika, like when I saw the tier list. Now when I'm using certain characters more, doing better and better in the game, 100%. Flame Chun-Li goes into God tier also, and Guile goes into God tier. Definitely. Bison, Akuma, Flame Chun-Li, Guile, Evil Ryu, Fashion Blanca, Gorma Galakan, Street Poison as that the best assist for the bosses, and Viper and Trendy Kame. I believe 100% they deserve a God tier. What do you think, Pika? Do you agree with that statement?
I agree completely with what you're saying.
All over that, all over the place with that bosses. Okay. Now, my question to you is Sagat. Where would you put him? Would you leave him as SS or promote him to the God? And why?
Actually, he does slightly good in some occasion bossing, and in other bosses he flops because he's very RNG dependent on his 6 out of 6 or 3 out of 6 to continue and do his tiger attack.
True.
You can do better with all of these. Like if we have 5 teams, yeah, I would put him on one team, on the last team if I have him. But is he important for bossing? Not that much. He's usable. but
Yeah.
he's not high priority.
Yeah, maybe like I would demote him. I agree, and I would demote him to the S tier. Why? Because
Exactly.
still his C1 is interesting for the bosses, right? Like
Yes.
if you're using him
Yes.
Vega in combination, I believe that can shine. Because of that, what he does remind me with C1.
There's something. There's something. Yeah. His C1 is gives more effect
Yeah,
accuracy.
yeah, like
Lower the effect accuracy, resistance
you're
of the
gonna do
boss,
more buffs on.
but not with Vega. Not with Vega. With more testing, we discovered that Vega will 100% use his bleed, even if there's effect accuracy or
Oh,
not. So the bleed
okay.
will happen. He's good with burn teams, with
Dawson.
shock teams. Yes.
Yeah, okay, great, nice information. Yeah, definitely S tier. I believe he deserves that. Um, everything else, I believe it's fine, right? We can continue to the at least Chun-Li a little bit here. I believe she deserves to be S tier because when you have multiple teams, she's actually a really amazing assist, right, Pika?
Which one? Athlete?
Yeah.
Athlete Charlotte, I would leave her on SS tier actually because she's one of the most
Yes.
OP supports
Mm-hmm.
because of her DPS check.
Also, Summer
If you have
Yang
her
now.
6 out of 6, Summer Yang, he's S. Yeah, his buffs is good. His shields is good. You can put him even at SS.
Yeah, I was thinking like since
He's
now
that
they
good.
fixed him SS, right? Everything else, I
Yes.
believe it's pretty much decent. We can continue now with the Nero and Virgil. So we're talking about
Vega also.
Vega.
There's Vega. Vega, he does in some scenarios he does better than Akuma on boss.
So yeah, oh, true. Yeah, we can put Vega in God. True. Yes. He is starting to shine. More people using him against the bosses, especially.
Now in every crusade, I'm seeing Vega.
Crusade, yeah, bleed is
crusade.
insane for him. Those stacks and how big of the damage then he can do, right? Okay. If you have any more, like you can always add something. If not, we can go to Nero and Virgil. Virgil.
Yes.
What about PvP? God. PvE. God. Bosses? What would you say, Pika? God, right? Definitely whatever whatever activity he goes into. God. And now Nero, for me, I would put him in SS. Now, I just love him. I know he's not main DPS because of his tanking, especially when you need to use multiple teams, parry, buffing for everyone. That's really important against the bosses. So yeah, I would put him into SS. God tier, maybe if he did like even bigger damage, but like this SS. What do you think? Maybe God, huh?
Yes, I agree.
But I believe it's SS. Okay, if you add something about Nero for the bosses, if you want.
He's good for the bosses as for a tank because he does some damage, so his DPS is good, and he survived a little bit more than other characters, and he self-sustained and he buffs, so he definitely is SS. Maybe in the future we can put him in God, but we didn't test him fully on every crusade.
I agree.
So until we have the time, we can get perfect analysis.
Yeah, he is like discussibly also God tier, but currently now we can say with like 100% he's SS. Okay, Pika, we are here, the end of the video. I really enjoyed. Thank you a lot for joining, for talking with me, for having fun, for making the best tier list out there.
And thank you for having me. Actually, I'm proud to be included in your video.
Please, guys, his channel will be in the description below and as a pinned comment. We are trying to help he reaches 1,000 subscribers. He already did with one channel, but now he's doing that with second channel. I already talked about that. So please show the love, show the support. He 100% deserves that. I'm not stopping until he gets to 1K, and I will always be here for him. He's helping to so many people, content creators, free-to-play players, and everyone. So that's really epic, and he deserves that. This is it from me. Say bye, Pika, or anything else if you want to add, and in the comment section below your opinions about the tier list, everything else.
Thank you very much, RoKage. It's very nice of you to say all of that, and thank you for the support. You've always been an inspiration for me and for many people that I know always. And keep up the good work. You're the king, man. And thank you for having me.
Thank you, bro. Means a lot. Love you guys, all of you. Keep on pushing, and yeah, see you in the next one. Bye.